My name is Neil Morris, my performance name DRMNGNOW. I am a Yorta Yorta man.
Australia does not exist.
Yes, Australia does not exist.
Australia does not exist.
How can you put a piece of paper down in front of people and write a name on it and then declare that that's now the name of something and that's now what that place is?
1788, came upon this land, washed into the bay, stepped upon sacred sands, didn't recognize there was governance at hand, laws and conditions not based upon demands, busy painting laws to sidestep our rights, deny our very ways till we were out of sight, out of mind, spotted laws this landscape never defined in the previous 60,000 plus years of time. That said, Australia's still a scene of crime where they push aside the manners and us blinded in the blind.
I got to this point when I was about 18 where I just began to question just a lot of what was going on, of how disadvantaged our people were and how disadvantaged blackness was as a whole, so a lot of Indigenous people now don't feel comfortable to share culture because it's not being done on the right terms. So now that's creating sickness in Indigenous people because we can't carry out our traditional behaviours of sharing culture with people that would like us to do a welcome to country, but we're not seen as the owners of this country.
First we'll take that land, take it for our own. Those who take a stand will kneel before the throne, kneel before the crown. Hands on the ground, then we'll take all the kids. Hush, don't make a sound, nothing but savages. We'll show them how they're supposed to live, and if they don't assimilate, I guess we'll have to demonstrate our superiority in every single way, and remind them how we've conquered them every single day. And what better way to do this than to give this land a name? Australia, yeah, the great land that was claimed.
Why are we talking about changing the date of Australia Day when we're not having the conversation about how did Australia come to be? And is it even legitimate? I don't think a person has to do much research to really find out that the grounds in which that was constructed, it was essentially based on white supremacist notions and methodologies and approaches to ownership. It was not done on grounds that could be seen as legitimate as far as being the right thing by humankind. I do have the firm belief that Indigenous people, we're not owners of the land, but we caretook for it, and therefore we're the rightful people to continue to do that. We're not saying that people of, the colonizers' bloodlines shouldn't be here, because that's not in our culture either. The world now has access to all these different modern technologies as well, and we partake in that too. So it's not like we're trying to tell anybody you got to go back and just live a tribal life. Everybody's going to win out. From my perspective, if we do go down a path of acknowledging the true wrongs that occurred for the foundations of what is seen as a country, Australia, and put in some different models of ideas of what this place actually is. So obviously the government, so-called, is not rushing to address this issue, but we can create art that addresses it.
I am standing on a ancient land. Check. I am standing on a stolen land where pride is genocide over generations. Nah, they can't wash it away. That pain of a history, that spirit still remains black. Spirit still remains here.
If there's any way that I could, help other POCs, to feel home in this country, it was to be like, what, all of this racism that you're being subject to and this oppression by the Australian ideas of nationhood, identity and such, it's rubbish, and you shouldn't take on the pain that they're inflicting upon you by trying to tell you that these are legitimate notions around what this country is and is based on. And so by saying Australia doesn't exist to, my brothers and sisters from other motherlands, for me, it was one of the biggest ways that I can say, don't take on their pain, because it's not real what they're trying to give to you. You're beautiful, our culture is beautiful, we're happy you're here, so let's just shine together. And just remember, Australia does not exist.
It's always was. was, and always will be a land of countless indigenous nations, none of which are called Australia.